Gerardo Mendez with the Argosy Foundation is sitting here with me. Gerardo, thank you for sitting here with us.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, exciting time. States weekend, right? It's
right.
a big weekend.
Yep.
So I want to talk a little bit about the foundation and the relationship that you guys have with First in Michigan.
Absolutely. So, Michigan is just one of our many partners. At the foundation, I help manage our portfolio, and, our co-founder and trustee, John Abley, he's the co-founder of Boston Scientific, and he really does love First. And he's been there in the room since the onset. And, we love what First does for the youth. Mm-hmm. And, in Michigan specifically, we have a variety of projects that, fits in with our philosophy of growing and sustaining First teams, specifically FRC, as we see it as the premier program. So in Michigan, we're able to fill in the gaps through our initiatives such as the EveryBot and KitBot step-by-step videos, which really help fill in the gaps for students that may be getting started with First and really have no idea how to build their first robot. So we help them make it easy, and we also provide direct support for teams through our team grants. And another one of our initiatives really helps provide the sort of training and workshops that coaches and mentors really need to support their teams, and that is paired with some monetary support in the form of a coach signing bonus, either for new teams or teams that are returning. So we think that's great, and we've seen it produce real results. As a result of our grants, we were able to see 55 new rookies this year. And, Michigan is definitely one of our biggest pieces of the pie in terms of our portfolio. Just in the last couple of years, we've been able to provide over $575,000 towards these ends.
Staying on that topic, I guess, of what you guys provide for the students here, I want to talk a little bit about the Kickoff Capital. Can you talk about that?
Oh, absolutely. So Kickoff Capital was really an initiative, which our executive director and other folks, other colleagues, such as myself, Jacob, on our team, and Shirley, we really went out there and scoped, the entrepreneurial landscape as it relates to First. We found out through field anecdotes that First alumni were going on and starting their own companies, and naturally Argosy and John Abley, as part of his vision, were thinking, well, how can we support them on their entrepreneurial journey? We know that not, all the participants will go on into the workforce or are not necessarily interested in that pathway, but a lot of them are interested in starting their own companies. So we were able to make, our first round of investments, and we've already made a few follow-on investments. So we will actually be in Houston, and Jacob and Shirley will be presenting and sharing more about Kickoff Capital and, some of the work that we're doing there.
How could students get involved with this or get interested with Kickoff Capital?
So we actually have a designated website, Kickoff Capital. Folks can go up there and really take a look at all the information. And we also have a form that can be submitted for folks that are interested. And, we'll organically go through our review process and be able to contact folks that, may be suitable for, perhaps an investment in their early stage funds. Hence the name Kickoff Capital.
Kickoff, they're kicking kids off.
That's right.
So I want to touch a little bit on you as well. You were saying you're not a First alum, but obviously you're here. You're interested in First. Why First, and why are students here so special?
Well, really, I started off as a young sociology major with minors in business administration and criminology and law studies. And then I really got into the research game through the McNair Scholars Program. And I started really becoming interested in the areas of economic development and avoiding, the school to prison pipeline and things of that nature. And I started looking into the youth services space. And, these things such as workforce development. And I became an intern at Argosy, and it was a natural fit. I've been there for over 5 years, examining and monitoring the results. And the youth services space is excellent, and FIRST is doing a great job of building a pipeline that has, proven outcomes, and the research demonstrates that.
Well, we appreciate everything that Argosy Foundation does and that you do for FIRST. So thank you so much for sitting here with us and spending some time with us. We are going to send it back to Dan and Dan.